Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. So last few days, or last couple of days, because it's Tuesday today, so yesterday and today Richard and Owen have been working on this T6.1 California Ocean. Now also during this video you're going to see footage of one that we did last week, identical equipment that's gone in, but it's a California beach. So effectively, if you don't know what a beach and an ocean are, apart from the obvious, they are VW transporter models that are fully kitted out as campers. Pop top, awning, fridge, rock and roll bed, the works. And the California beach and the ocean just vary in terms of trim and specification. Either way, this particular vehicle and the one previously, the beach, came into us for our very popular Audison premium upgrade system. Now that basically means that you are having the works to a certain extent. The vehicle comes into us for 2 days. We strip out both the door cards and we fit our stage 1, 2 and 3 sound deadening. That sounds absolutely solid now because our stage 2 sound deadening is on the outer skin, stage 1 is on the window regulator, and stage 3 is on the back of the plastic door card, and that's an eggshell type noise absorber. Now what we do is we then work alongside or in conjunction with the factory head unit. Now there are 3 variants of T6.1 factory head unit, all of them underwhelming and rather lackluster and underpowered, sadly, but it doesn't matter because part of the door build process is we also fit our Audison APK 165P, and they are 6.5-inch component speakers, mid bass in the door, tweeters up in the factory position in the A-pillars. We then take the head unit out, which is either top of the dash or behind the glove box. We run a plug and play but also warranty safe extension lead, which is quad lock to quad lock, and then we route it all the way down underneath the driver's seat, and that's where the magic happens. Now if you've got a California beach or an ocean, it does cost slightly more than a standard model, and the reason being is, if you see during the video as well, the amount of work that Richard has to put into removing part of the carpet, cutting a piece of wood, getting it color coded, mounting the amplifier, and then the hard work goes into the subwoofer box. So it's a standard 8-inch subwoofer box that has a slice taken out, rebuilt back together, recarpeted, so to allow for the sub to sit on top of the amp, which sits on top of its plate, and all for the swivel base to go back on top. And that takes hours and hours and time to do with some custom bracketry. It's even so much less amount, I can't even talk. There is so much effort and thought that goes into it that you can't even put the subwoofer grill or cover over the top, and that's because there's about that much room, 10 mil, and that's just enough for the swivel to move. So the subwoofer underneath the chair, which you'll see shortly, is there doing its job, and it sounds fantastic. So what we've done in essence is we have moved the amplification away from the factory head unit. We've gone active, which means we've taken the speaker feeds. We still have volume control through the radio. We still have volume control through the steering wheel controls. But all the audio now is being fed through the Audison amplifier. It's a 5-channel Audison amplifier. It's an absolute beast of a machine, and it is one of our probably most popular amplifiers in terms of how we fit and what we fit here. All gets connected underneath with its own dedicated battery feed into the engine bay to the vehicle battery, which is then fused, chassis ground underneath there, and we then also fit our own dedicated subwoofer gain control, because if you jump into the vehicle and you don't want the bass on, or you've got a headache or whatever, then you can turn down the subwoofer. So join me in the back and I'll show you what we've been doing. so we're sat in the back. This is directly behind the driver's seat, and you can just about see the Audison APX8, which is the 8-inch subwoofer, neatly stowed away in its custom box. Now, if I just pop the rear panel off here, you can see a little bit of what Richard's been doing. So let's just get rid of the factory LED. This is the base for the amplifier here. Doesn't need to worry about too much about heat dissipation because the heatsink is on the sides and they are not obstructed. This is the main connector that Richard's made for the subwoofer box, and then the sub has been bolted down. Again, Richard has made these brackets and bolted the subwoofer down so that there's no movement in it, and it's not as if you're going to worry about damaging the sub. It's quite a solid bit of kit. The amplifier is mounted on a piece of wood. The piece of wood is then stuck down to the floor and the amplifier is screwed onto that. So again, there's no movement. So before all the seat goes in, we then set up the amplifier to tell it what it's doing and how it's doing it, and all of its gain levels and all the other controls that you need to think about. Because how it works is, if we were to put the head unit on now without the key on, it's going to get a signal through the speaker lines, and that will automatically activate the amplifier. And then of course the subwoofer comes on and you've got your gain control here. Now, the reason why the gain control is here is because, unlike other transporter models, there isn't really a decent place for the gain level to be sort of located nicely that's in easy access from the driver. So that's why we've put it there. It's not a regular thing that you need to adjust, and we've always set it at about halfway for you to add or decrease the bass as you go. All the other modules underneath this seat, and if you saw at the beginning when the seat came out, this seat base was pretty chocker with factory modules. All of that has been deconstructed. Frames and brackets have been removed and thrown away, and now the interfaces and other brackets and wiring looms have now all been bolted to the side of the seat base or the side of the subwoofer itself, to again eliminate any problems so that you can enjoy this sound system. Now, this sound system, as we say to every customer on handover, you really need to have a listen for at least 30 hours before it gets a chance to bed in. Once it's bedding in, it'll then start to open up. But as part of the price, we also then do a retweak. So if you're local or if you're not local, you can arrange to come back to see us, and then we can adjust it, because music is of course subjective, and what we're going to do is just tweak our gain levels to make it sort of more suit you. And of course, you've got your bass control on here. So this is the Audison Transporter Premium Audio Upgrade. Stages 1, 2 and 3 sound deadening in the doors, active sound setup from the head unit, Audison 5-channel amplifier, Audison speakers and subwoofer, Audison setup through and through. Website links in the bio. If you've got a vehicle like this and you want premium sound, then get in touch with us. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and thank you for watching.